Well, no doubt it's exciting to have Jan-Michael Gamble back with the team. You know, he has beaten Roger Federer, he's beaten Pete Sampras, Andre Agassi. How does that experience help you with him on the roster?
Well, one of the things about Jan-Michael's game is that it's a big game. Serve, returns, ground strokes. So when you've got a game that's that big, you've got a chance against anyone. And there are days you're going to have it, days you're not going to have it, but the fact that his game is so big, he'll always have a chance. And particularly when we're playing outside on hard courts, he can bring it every night.
Well, we do look forward to seeing Jan-Mike battling at the Ferncroft Country Club with the Lobsters, and there's much more coming up on this Lobsters broadcast presented by Sylvania. We'll be right back after these brief messages.
Well, hello. I'm Mike Collotti, Vice President in charge of Communications and Government Affairs for Osram Sylvania. And we're here in the North American headquarters of our company, actually based in Danvers, Massachusetts. Been here since 1901. I'd like to just show you what's going on in our industry, and it's changing rapidly. It's a perfect storm in terms of technology changes, legislative changes, and the demands of the marketplace. And I'd like to report that Sylvania is leading the charge. We have incandescent light bulbs, which have been around since the early 1800s, but that has been moved to halogen lighting, and you know, you're probably familiar with the halogen lights that are in the front of your car. We've moved that technology into the home. Then came the compact fluorescents, as you can see here, and we have a whole assortment as Sylvania branded compact fluorescents. But the leader in terms of energy efficiency, instant on, excellent color rendering, and long life is the light emitting diode technology, or LED. And you're going to see these in your stores. In fact, they're on the shelves now. There's a little confusion in the marketplace as the industry is moving over, but I think that you'll agree with me that the shapes and the sizes are familiar, some are not, and we're trying to do our best to educate all consumers as the advantages of these products. The energy savings and the life are phenomenal. 85% energy savings on average, and the life 25,000 hours compared to 1,000 hours in incandescent. So I hope you'll embrace this technology change, and I'd like you to support our leadership in bringing these products to the market.
One of the things that I use when coaching players of all levels is how to hit a ball to a particular spot on a court. And what we'll usually do when coaching that is take a target over the net to hit rather than some spot over on the other side of the court. So the image that I like to use is there's a red balloon at some spot over the net. Your goal is to hit that red balloon. In today's demonstration, however, we're going to use Larry and Larry's racket as our target. So as an example, when a player comes in to the net against me and I have to hit a passing shot, I'm not watching that player. I intuitively know where that player is. What I immediately do is create an image of some particular red balloon at a spot over the net, and I'm trying to hit that red balloon. So when I go down the line with a passing shot, that red balloon is 2 or 3 feet over the net along the sideline. If I hit that target, in this case, Larry and his racket, if I hit that target, I'm going to hit a clean winner passing shot. If you put a target up over the net and you hit that target, you'll hit winners too.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to this Boston Lobsters broadcast presented by Sylvania. I'm Harry Chickma alongside the head coach of the Lobsters, Bud Schultz. And we now get to talk about a very great player on the tour. One of the most inspirational stories, Eric Buderak. Not only do you coach him on the Lobsters, you also coach him on the ATP Tour. Double specialist, seeded in Grand Slams. Talk about your relationship with Eric and how he is on the team.
Well, I've known Eric since he was fairly young through some father-son tournaments that he and his dad played at the Longwood Cricket Club. He's also a Division III guy, which creates an immediate affinity for me, being a D3 guy myself. And he also has been involved as a volunteer assistant at Harvard University, where he spends a lot of time with my son, who's on the Harvard tennis team. So the relationships run deep, and almost feeling like he's part of my family. He's incredibly inspirational in terms of coming out of Gustavus Adolphus, finding his way over in France, playing some very minor pro tournaments, making it onto the tour, and now being one of the top doubles players in the world on a year-to-year basis. Really solid guy, great tennis mind, and quite honestly, someone that I learn as much from as I give to him.
Well, it truly has been a dream run for Eric, both in WTT and the ATP Tour. Here's what he has to say about the upcoming season with the Lobsters. American sensation Eric Buderak is back in Boston. He's entering his 4th season of World Team Tennis, 3rd with the Lobsters, and ready to compete yet again as he tries to guide his team to the postseason.
I think first off, the format, it lets fans get so involved. When you go to a World Team Tennis match, you get to watch singles, doubles, men, women. It's fast-paced, there's music playing. It's really interactive. I think it's the best way to come and watch tennis, especially for fans who haven't seen that much of it. World Team Tennis is super competitive. You get a lot of the best players in the world coming in for matches with teams. You develop rivalries. I mean, playing for the Lobsters, we have a lot of tough matches back and forth with the New York Sport Times, and it's great fun.
Buderak was an All-American in both singles and doubles for 3 years in college. He also made the semifinals of the Australian Open in 2011. He hopes to use those great experiences to lead the Lobsters to excellence at the Ferncroft Country Club.
The people in Boston, they love sports. They love all sports. They're into the Celtics, the Red Sox, and I think now that we've had a couple really good, successful World Team Tennis seasons, people are starting to take notice of the Lobsters too.
Yeah, the vibe with the fans is really special. It's surprisingly not that distracting. Everyone always asks what it's like to have with extra noise, crazy colored court, playing lets. There's so many different, new and innovative rules. But you actually can play surprisingly great tennis because I think you're on such a rush from all the excitement and all the thrill of having the fans there. Yeah, I mean, there's been times where we've played a 2.5 hour long match that's come down to the very last point, and either team can win it on that very last point. So, I mean, that shows you how important every point you play, no matter how far you're down, you can always come back. It's really a great format.
Buderak is one of the most inspirational stories in competitive tennis. He played for Division III, Gustavus Adolphus College. Many people thought he would never take his game past the NCAA level, but he's proven many people wrong and is now a top doubles player on the tour with 13 titles to his resume and 18 career finals appearances.
Just make sure you enjoy it. I mean, you never really know how far you're going to get. When I first went out on the tour, I just thought, I'm going to give it my best. I'm going to keep playing until I feel like I've reached, my top level. And here I am, 9 years later on the Pro Tour, still working hard, still doing my best, and really trying to embrace and enjoy every second of it.
And there's no question, this star on the double circuit will help Boston shine in the WTT season.
Well, it's a short season, so you're only with your team for 3 weeks, but the fact that you're traveling almost every day, flying in airports, on very limited amounts of sleep sometimes, you actually get very close to your teammates because you spend so much time with them over the shortened season. The good thing we have going with the Lobsters is that we've had the same coach now for a number of years, and the core of the team has stayed primarily the same, so we've developed probably even a little stronger connection than some. I'd say Bud's one of the reasons I really first got started with the Boston Lobsters. He's been a friend of mine before, and now he's been primarily my coach, or the one who I communicate with even when I'm on the tour, not only just during the Lobsters season. But he's the one who really kind of put this team together and helps keep the chemistry together. Jan Michael Gamble's been on the team even before me. I didn't know him before playing on the Lobsters, but we've since become very close friends and have got close playing doubles every year as well.
And Eric Budarak appreciates the opportunity to compete in a league which was co-founded by one of his dearest friends and tennis legends, Billie Jean King.
Billie Jean, yeah, I mean, it's tough to do it in a couple sentences, but I mean, she's done so much to transform the whole game of tennis. What she's doing here with World Team Tennis to try to bring in more fans by changing the format, making it shorter, more exciting, more fan interactive, is really something that I think we need to do more of on the ATP and WTA Tour. So I think setting this example that she's doing now is hopefully going to really lead the game of tennis for the future.